What up? What's going on, everybody? Hey, already got a couple people in the stream. Thank you guys so much for like hanging out. I queued this stream up. I scheduled it about an hour and a half ago, and there have been like 5 people in here just waiting for it to go live. And I had 4 likes like an hour before the stream even started. I appreciate all that support, guys. Thank you. Welcome, MJs with the F. Hey, what's going on, dude? Why do you say that? Subi, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. What's with just the period, man? Just showing your presence, but had nothing to say. Branson, what's going on, buddy? What's good? Hey, Rockets, let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go, okay? We've been waiting for this. We've been talking about this for too long. It's time to be excited. Where's my, thing? Hang on. Alright, cool. Does this work? I'm trying to fix my setup. I still don't know how I want my setup to be, and it's been like 3 weeks. I am struggling, to be honest. Oh, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do this. Tito, what's going on, bro? Just letting me know I'm here. With just the period? Okay. Respect. Respect. Can't complain. Invu, what's going on, bro? Gilbert, yeah. San Diego's in the house? Oh, snap. Wait. Everyone else here? Yes, let's make some freaking money. Hopefully everybody's printing tendies today. Hopefully everybody has some tendies printed and ready to display. There are few reasons, very few reasons to not have tendies printed. And we're about to go into why I say that. Ray, let's celebrate, bro. Tonight is the night for celebration. Absolutely. Thank you all for the likes, too. 8 likes already. Can we get, like, 10 likes within the first 5 minutes of the stream? If anyone has not used their like button yet, I just need 2. It'll be cool to start the stream off with, like, 20 people. Rare occurrence. Almost never happens. But thank you for the support, regardless. You don't have to like, of course. I'm excited to see everybody here. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. So much happened today. We had the AMC, the GameStop, and the Doge. Everything was popping off today. Excuse my unprofessionalism, but I am excited. Everything to the moon today. It was crazy, okay? Thing is, we talked about all these things, so none of them were really surprising. But there still were some surprises along the way, which is what we'll talk about. And then we'll talk about what to expect tomorrow, because that's all that really matters at this point, right? Because the day's pretty much over. It's about 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Obviously, at this time, you're not expecting too much to happen, right? It's going to be a little slow, most likely, for the rest of the evening. But, of course, we'll keep our eyes on it. But really, at this point, we want to evaluate what is next. And that's what we're going to do now. So let me flip over to some lo-fi. Change the vibe a little so it's not as distracting. If you cannot hear me well, let me know. I have a bad habit of turning the music up a little bit too loud. All right, but let's just get right into this. We got 12 people, might as well start. Money time, facts. All right. So let's first do a recap, and then let's talk about what's next. That's kind of how we'll do this. Uh-oh. Is TradingView lagging? Oh no, it's just, wait, what's the EMA? These are both 200 EMA. It is. Okay. Well, this is interesting. Isn't this interesting? Before we can even get started, Doge's price at the top right wasn't updated, but the chart was, and TradingView was lagging. So anyway, let's use Doge's chart for now. Let me throw a quick message to the Discord group, just in case they are not yet ready. Let's also just do the Doge chat where everybody kind of lives. This is the Discord group, guys. I'm not going to really plug this here, but this is the members only Discord group. There's like 53 people in it now. It's pretty much where we just make predictions, talk about the stocks all day, and buy and sell, price targets, all that good stuff. AMC told you, hey man, I was there for it. I was there for it. AMC was awesome today. So let's actually start. What do you guys want me to start with? AMC, Doge, or GameStop? I'll let you pick. And welcome all 15 people to the stream. Glad to have you tonight. Where do you guys want me to start? AMC. It's your fave Discord lurker, Madison. What's going on? Welcome. And thank you all so much for those likes as well. Already has 15 people in here, which is crazy. Where do you guys want me to start? I'll let you pick so I don't go in an order nobody cares about. GameStop first, AMC first, or Doge first? Let me know in the chat before I just pick one. Gained 300 bucks on AMC. Risky move from me, but I will take it. Nice. I printed some tendies as well on the AMC move today. And we'll talk about that as well. Do I think AMC can hit 1K? No. The GameStop though, sup bro? Hey, Evan, welcome to the stream, brother. All right, he mentioned the GameStop. Okay, no one answered, so we'll start with GameStop. To me, that was the least exciting one. Oh, there's the answers. I was just delayed. Doge, AMC, Doge, Doge. Doge it is. Do you think AMC and GME can hit 1,000? Also, no. Let me not just answer it like that, and let me explain why. But first, let's start with Dogecoin today, okay? If you were in yesterday's live stream, here's the thing. If you were in 1, yesterday's live stream, 2, in the Discord group, and 3, also follow me on Twitter, you would have already known exactly what was going to happen today. Why? Is it because I'm a prophet and can see the future, or a fortune teller? No. It's because technical analysis and evaluating previous trends, just taking an overview, just taking a look at the chart for a couple minutes and looking at what usually happens will tell you a lot about what's probably going to happen next. When you weigh what announcements happened in the past and how much did that move the price of Doge, and you factor those things together, you can kind of start to predict a little bit if we have some kind of announcement, what's going to happen short term. And that's really all it was. Technical analysis and doing a little bit of forward thinking and really just trying to think of this like, not like checkers, but like chess. How can I think 3 steps ahead with what I know? So first things first, of course, back up to a 30-minute time frame. At least. You could do, I like to start with 4 hours just to go in from the outside. And let me hide all drawings because sometimes they do get in the way. If you can't hear me well, let me know, guys. I'm sorry. So, starting with a clean graph, if you take away the EMA, if you take away literally everything, music down just a little bit, I think. So if you take away pretty much every indicator, and we're just looking at the chart for what it is, looking at the price action, okay? Let's not even really look, well, okay, we'll do this very briefly at the same time. We've been following Bitcoin's price action for the last like 2 weeks. Bitcoin, thanks to Elon Musk, no thanks to Elon Musk, crashed. And because Bitcoin is the market leader in crypto, it's the one that every single person, every single cryptocurrency looks up to. It's the first one here. It's the biggest one by far, market cap wise. It's also considered to be the most valuable today. There's other reasons why other ones have value, but still hasn't gotten close to what a Bitcoin is worth. So what does that mean? Well, that means when the market leader crashes, that typically means the small coins that follow it, like Bitcoin's my big brother or Bitcoin's my father and I'm Bitcoin's son, all of those cryptocurrencies follow suit. So Bitcoin, in effect, crashed the market. If you go to coinmarketcap.com, or if you just look at the different altcoins by name by name, and look at the price action side by side to Bitcoin, you'll notice a trend. And that's that if you go to a higher interval time frame like this, like 1 hour, 2, 4 hours daily, you will see almost the exact same pattern having had formed here. So look at this. This move here with the wicks and everything and the curl up, exactly the same as Bitcoin, right? See the trend? So we have been plagued with having to follow Bitcoin's price action. What does that mean? Well, it means that we crashed along with it. Bitcoin went from 60,000 down to 29,000. Doge went from where was it at that time? Probably about 60 cents down to actually 19 cents. Insanely hard crash. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I see like 20 people in here. Thank you all for the likes. If you don't want to like, I don't care, but I do appreciate it. More importantly, feel free to hang around. So then what happened next? Well, we've been in this rut here. You can see right here when we hit the bottom on both of these. This was on the 19th. This was about 2 weeks ago. Exactly 2 weeks ago. What happened next? Well, we've been following Bitcoin to a T, pretty much move by move. The ups, the downs, the dumps, the bullish actions, everything. Bitcoin has not been showing. Hey, Cameron, what's going on, man? You and Evan are here. That's cool. Bitcoin's not showing any signs, or was not showing any signs of really wanting to do anything bullish, really wanting to make any significant moves up. And so that kind of had us concerned, all right? Because we're just wondering, when are we, being primarily Dogecoin holders here, but if you were in any of the other main altcoins as well, you're thinking the same thing because you are following the same price action. So all of us here, what's my Twitter? 2020 Tech Reviews on Twitter. Links in the description, says all my links, and it has, if you click it, it'll have all my links. BB's next. Let me not get off track just so we don't lose too many people here. And then I'll get back to comments. But we're just wondering, what is Bitcoin going to do next? If you look at the price action, okay, came down super hard, and it's doing its bouncing, which is to be expected. I did say when we were right here that this was not going to be the end. Usually on a sharp down move, there's going to be bounces. Think of it like dropping a basketball off of the 10th floor of a building, right? It's not just going to drop, stay at the bottom, unless it's completely flat and deflated. But it's also not going to bounce here and then bounce all the way back up here right away. There's usually going to be some kind of leveling out of the action of the ball. Then once that has kind of leveled out and it stopped, that's kind of when something happens next. Okay, so sure enough, days have gone by. We're getting the bouncing, the consolidation here, establishing support, proving to people that have panicked that this was going to be the bottom and that we weren't going to fall through the floor and go down to 20,000s, which was a big fear. And that's what we've been doing for literally the last 2 weeks. Very depressing crypto market if you're looking to make some money. There was maybe except for this opportunity right here, which was a very small scalp comparatively, just a couple cents on the Doge side, there was just not much to profit from, guys. Okay, then what? Well, we started making these attempts at Bitcoin, and we're not talking about Bitcoin tonight, unless you're really into Bitcoin, but keep in mind, this is just a market leader, and we followed it to a T. That's why I'm evaluating from the leader. But then we'll start talking about what that means next. Then we finally got some signs of hope after this bullish move, after the strong rejection. 40,000, right? The key level of resistance that's been holding us back. We tested it once. We tested it twice. We tested it 3 times. What ended up happening in those 3 tests? Well, unfortunately, not only did we not break out and stay out, but we also created the most bearish pattern that exists, which is going to be an inverse head and shoulders pattern right here. I'm sorry, not inverse. Normal head and shoulders pattern right here. Bad move. We didn't break it. We tried 3 times. We come back here. We fall through. A head and shoulders is a reversal pattern, and sure enough, we reversed momentum. We failed. Okay, and then we've just been trading sideways. So on the Doge side, now we can take this off the screen. On the Doge side or in any other altcoin that you're in, the question has been, well, we don't know when this is going to end for Bitcoin. We don't know how long it's going to trade sideways. Once it's done trading sideways, we don't know if it's really going to go up or if it's going to go down. Is it going to go back into 20,000s? So how do we make money? What does this mean for Doge? Are we actually going to go anywhere anytime soon? So what that meant was we had to have some kind of catalyst to break us free from the pool of Bitcoin, right? Some kind of good news, something. Hype tweets weren't really doing it. A hype tweet on Doge would bump us up like 5 cents for maybe an hour, and then we'd sell right back off and start following Bitcoin again. The Elon hype was not cutting it, especially after SNL. Right now, it was either we need an announcement, we need some actual good news to give us value and give us some bullish momentum, or else we're just stuck and we're not making money off of this coin. So sure enough, that's what we've been waiting on. Meanwhile, we've just been saying, take this opportunity while everyone else is looking at other cryptos, whether that's most of all the cryptos were down. So really not other cryptos, but while people just weren't paying attention, while people weren't feeling it anymore, they were trying to dabble in Shiba, see if they could get a pump there, or in some of the other cryptocurrencies that were just brand new, or people left the crypto space to go to the stock market. While we only have selling pressure and not really any buyers, look for a good dip and buy into that dip. Look for a good dip. Take advantage of this selling pressure that's there because there's no one wanting to buy, and buy the best dip that you can and then hold it, because we already knew that we had a catalyst coming, and that was going to be Coinbase, because about a week and a half ago the announcement was made that they were going to be supporting Doge in 6 to 8 weeks from that time. So we knew that was coming. It was inevitable, and that the run-up was also going to be inevitable, because that's insanely good news. That just means more people can buy it. Way more people can buy it, because Coinbase is one of the most popular exchanges. So that's exactly what we did. Some people got the dip here. Some people got the dip right about here. Some people in the group that have been in the streams got the dip at about 28 cents, missed it, or some got 29, and some even got like the 30, 33 dip here. Either way, pretty much all of us that were paying attention, we got in, all right? And that's why we're excited, because just doing the technical analysis, knowing something was coming, and knowing that what we always say, Doge is prone to extreme movement based off of a news announcement. Being that we don't know what's going to happen, and all it takes is a tweet, and in an instant we're up 10 to 15 to 20 cents, you want to be in more than you're out. So yes, scalping can be fun, whatever, but more importantly, do your best to only scalp the important, big, maybe large moves if that's something you're into, so that when the time comes, there's much less of a chance that you happen to be out when an announcement is made, because we don't know when the next announcement is going to be. And sure enough, Coinbase was just a perfect example of that. Why do I say that? Because Coinbase just announced yesterday that they were, and I made a stream on it, so if you want to watch the last live stream, I think it's posted. But Coinbase came out of nowhere, absolutely out of nowhere, and tweeted from their Coinbase Pro account that as of yesterday, Dogecoin was live. You can now start using Dogecoin on Coinbase. So what that meant is not that you could start trading it, but you can start putting your Doge in there. If it's coming from another exchange, coming from your crypto wallet, you can go ahead, start depositing your Doge and getting prepared. They accept it now. It is going live as of yesterday. But now, tomorrow, June 3rd, and actually let's just pull the tweet up really quick. And I'm not trying to ramble here, so I'll fly through this, don't worry, because we have to still talk about AMC GME. But just for those that were not aware, let's just go Coinbase Pro here. What's my notification? Hey, Tito, I appreciate that follow, man. Coinbase Pro, right here. This was the announcement that they made yesterday. It says, wow, 20 likes already, basically? Y'all are going crazy tonight. Thank you. Excuse me. It says, starting today, inbound transfers for Doge are now available in the regions where trading is supported. Just out of nowhere. Keep in mind, we were not expecting this announcement for another 4 to 6 weeks. And they said 6 to 8 weeks. And instead, they took 1. So this is why you want to be in Doge versus out. If you need to be out to trade something else briefly, make sure it's briefly, but come back. You don't want to miss stuff like this because it catches us by surprise. Then they said traders cannot place orders and no orders will be filled, so you can't do anything with it yet. You can just put it in. Pause. Trading will begin on or after 9 a.m. Pacific time on Thursday, June the 3rd, if liquidity conditions are met. So basically, if enough people have put Doge in, if they have enough Doge to go around and everything checks out tomorrow morning, there's pretty much no way that it doesn't check out, but they did just give a little disclaimer that if it doesn't check out tomorrow morning, they'll need to maybe delay it a couple hours or whatever it takes until there's enough Doge to go around. But as long as everything checks out, it will be live. You can then exchange your Dogecoin that's on Coinbase for other cryptocurrencies, or, here's the big part, exchange other cryptocurrencies or cash for Dogecoin. So you can actually buy it You can change your Ethereum for it or whatever you want to do. You can exchange it for Doge. You can now buy Dogecoin on Coinbase Pro starting tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Crazy, 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 crazy news. Now, here's the thing. This also, not only is this good news, and welcome, 21 people, awesome. Not only is this great news for Dogecoin, short term, because obviously then we had the run up yesterday, the big run up that we expected today, which we did get, and then there'll be some more activity tomorrow, which we'll talk about next. Not only that, but keep in mind, this is only Coinbase Pro. This is only the advanced version of Coinbase. This is not Coinbase full or Coinbase, the standard Coinbase. There is still that left. So what does that tell us? Well, like I said, you always want to start trying to think 3 steps ahead, right? Think of it like chess. Don't get locked in on what's happening in the immediate moment. Think of, well, what does this mean in a couple days or a couple weeks? If they're going live on Coinbase Pro, that means that they're probably only wanting to limit this Dogecoin experiment, we'll call it experiment for the sake of this argument, to the people that are advanced traders, right? They want to expose them first. Dogecoin is new, Dogecoin is still really volatile, and whatnot. So let's expose the Coinbase Pro users, our advanced traders, to Dogecoin first. Make sure, let them kind of be the beta testers. Let this be the pilot. So what's going to happen next? Well, they're going to let them do this, and inevitably, they're going to then add it to full Coinbase or standard Coinbase for everyone else soon, okay? So yes, this is great news today and tomorrow, but longer term, this just gives us anticipation for a whole nother catalyst that will give us another run up. So keep that in mind. This is not it. So tomorrow, when we probably see some movement up and then a dump from a new sell, and then we start to regain traction again, keep in mind we're going to keep moving up in anticipation of the next Coinbase announcement, which is going to probably bump us up even further because there's more users, I would assume, on standard Coinbase, because it's for like beginners and intermediates, than there is just on Coinbase Pro for people that are a little more advanced. So big news here. Now let's talk about what that actually meant for Doge. And then we'll kind of get to the point here and then read comments. So this was yesterday. Yesterday we were right here looking at TradingView's chart. So we started thinking, well, what's probably going to happen? Well, Dogecoin has been in 30s. We started finally, when we got that announcement, we started breaking out and breaking away from Bitcoin. That is the wrong chart, but whatever, forget it. We started breaking away from Bitcoin off that bullish news. So we knew something good was going to happen. It was pretty clear going to bed last night as we closed down the stream. Let's just say we were somewhere around here. It was pretty clear with these moves up that we were heading towards 40 cents. So if you go watch the end of my stream, pretty much what I said was, and again, this is not me saying, hey, I predicted and I was right. This is just technical analysis and guessing based off what we know and how the price tends to move. Typically said, it's most likely going to hit 40 cents overnight when we're asleep. So bank on that because it only makes sense for it to go up into today, which should be really the big move day, pre-news event. Bank on that. Make sure you're in at your dips, but make sure that you're in so that you can wake up to 40 cents because that's going to happen. It's kind of inevitable. Also, after that, I said we'll probably wake up low to mid 40s tomorrow. And just depending on kind of where in that range we wake up, we may see 50 cents. We may see a move to 50 cents. But either way, today we were going to be like 40 to 45 cents pretty much guaranteed. Sure enough, where did we end up moving up? 4.45. So barely just shy of 45 cents, like half a cent off is where we topped out. Also this morning, if you were in our Discord group, if you were in the old Discord group here, you would have seen here, I think we'll have 2 big moves today and sell-offs, and then another big move tomorrow and a sell-off when it's actually confirmed and live. So what do we have today? Well, we had 1 big move up to 45, sell-off, and another big move and sell-off. Okay, interesting. That happened as well. Then the next part, if you follow me on Twitter, so let's just go to this tweet. And that was at 8 a.m. by the way, way before anything actually happened. That the last thing happened. That message went out in the Discord group. And then right here, 11 a.m. I said Doge to about 50 by the end of the day is very, very possible. But here's the important thing. Keep your eyes peeled after stock market close. Why? Less eyes on AMC and GameStop, more eyes on Dogecoin. What ended up happening? Let's take a look. This is the recap portion, by the way, and then we'll start getting into projections. So what ended up happening? Well, if you take your mouse, or maybe I'll just show you in the Discord group because I had already taken screenshots. That's probably the easiest way. If you look at these screenshots here, this is AMC. If you look here, we had all that activity during the market. As market closed, there was a little squeeze up, but then there started to become a sell-off here. This was at 16:25 military time. That's when the sell-off started on AMC. If you look here, this is GameStop. All the activity, market close, after hours, sell-off starts, 16:25. So at the same moment, people kind of get tired of this and they start selling at literally the exact same minute. What happened to Dogecoin? This is what I said in the tweet 12 hours before it happened. What happened to Dogecoin? If you're looking at the price action, nothing really happening, selling off at 16:25, exactly when everyone started at market close, selling out of their AMC and GameStop positions because they made their money and they were taking profit. They came right to Dogecoin at this exact moment. At the exact same moment is when they started putting money into the crypto space and we started the uptrend. So, I mean, but the thing is, like, it's not rocket science because you just have to keep in mind that people that are chasing these moves, they want to put their money where they think there's going to be the most move. So whichever one's doing better during the day is what's going to continue to do better, and the other one's going to sell off. Because at the end of the day, a lot of the people that are in Doge trying to get this move up are also willing to trade AMC and GameStop. So today, AMC and GameStop were hot. They were moving insane. And so even myself, I came out of my Doge position and joined into that. So when you think about it that way, it's not like me or anybody like predicting the future. It's just trying to think about it from the general perspective. If I want to move and here's the other move, what's going to happen to Doge? Well, they'll probably sell, get their money, put it into AMC GameStop. Then once they're done, what's going to happen? Well, they'll probably close those positions, come back to Doge. And that's down to the minute exactly what we saw evidence of. So we had the two moves up. We had the sell-off of AMC and GameStop after hours, just like the tweet said, to keep an eye on it. And then at that moment, that is when we had more eyes on Doge and we started our uptrend. So that's just cool stuff. Not that it's super important, but that's kind of when we started that. Now, let's talk about tomorrow, because this is where things get more important. What happens tomorrow? I'm sorry. Now let's look at the other two stocks first, AMC and GameStop. Then we'll talk about all three of them tomorrow. So let's come back to Webull. AMC first. Yeah, I think it was Doge, then AMC was the votes. So that was the evaluation on Dogecoin. We got right into 40s, 45 cents, just like we expected. And then we'll talk about what we can expect tonight as well, because I'm sure you guys have questions on that. And then also into tomorrow in just a moment. So this is AMC, guys. Take a look. Feast your eyes on that. That is absolutely insane. That is what you call a squeeze, okay? Everything everybody was saying before, oh, we got a little squeeze. Oh, we've got a squeeze. No, that was not the squeeze. This was a squeeze. That's what a squeeze looks like. And it's beautiful, unless you're feeling FOMO right now, then it's not so nice. Okay? But here was the angle here. And hopefully I'm not talking too much, guys. I'm sorry I'm missing some of your comments, but I will read them all. Just while we have all the viewers here, I figured I'd answer the question before I start just reading comments and answering those. Here was the angle that we came at. Before any of this happened, will AMC squeeze? All right, let's just put ourselves back here. This is where we were just a couple days ago on the 25th. Some people were asking me, will AMC squeeze? Is it going to go to the moon? I said, I don't really think it will. Why not? Well, because in the GameStop community, A lot of people are just like, GameStop to the moon, GameStop to the moon, everything in the Doge community, Doge day. I mean, a lot of times you have just people hyping up a day, hyping up an event, hyping up something going to happen, and it just absolutely falls on its face. And then sometimes the opposite happens. Well, smarter traders sometimes just take advantage of the situation when they realize it's not really panning out. So I said, I don't really know. We saw the cup and handle long term. We saw the cup and handle short term, but we got kind of the bit of the breakout from the pattern, because when we started considering this candle was here, but the rest were not here yet. And so what I was telling to you guys was, it is very unlikely that we squeeze. Squeezes are the fundamentals. If you're doing all the research, says AMC can squeeze, yes, but to make it happen, you actually have to have people behind you to push the price up high enough to make the shorts cover. And they are getting a little smarter these days. You would have thought, obviously, maybe not. But we got to this point, and some people were asking, like I said, is it going to squeeze? Is it going to go up? Is it worth getting into? I said, right now, extremely risky, probably not. Why? That's because you already have the pattern form, and technically you already had the breakout of the cup and handle. So if the price is sitting right here, that does not tell you that it's going to keep going up. All that tells you is that this pattern was successful, and it could have died anywhere in this moment. Anywhere in this area here, it could have just fizzled out if there wasn't enough backing. So, did we get a subscribe? Hey, Jojo, thank you so much for the subscribe, bro. So, we could have had a pullback. You would have bought at the top, and you would have been the typical bag hold noob trader, right? None of us want to be that person that's holding at the top when it goes back down to $9. So, I could not recommend it if we're trying to do good trades at the time. Also, when you looked at the fundamentals of AMC, which obviously fundamentals don't really play a part in once the squeeze happens, but this was before the squeeze. You look at the fundamentals, look at the price before, and we were already at about 20 bucks. Okay, so look at the price before, $1.91, and now we're at $20, and you're asking, should I buy right here? I can't say yes to that. And then if you even look at the all-time highs, the all-time high when AMC was at peak AMC, everybody's going to the movie theaters. Years ago, this was like 6 years ago, AMC was at the best it's ever been value-wise. $33 per share. Okay, we're already at $22 when AMC is on rumors of going bankrupt. Should you buy there? Technically, no. Okay, but here's the thing. Like I said, none of us here can predict the future. I'm sure a lot of you here did your research on the short squeeze and were like, AMC can squeeze and go to a certain price. Yes, true. AMC could also not end up squeezing if there weren't enough people behind it and end up dumping. Scenario 2. So if you're asking me, as not a financial advisor, by the way, I'm not giving financial advice, disclaimer, please don't rush me. But if you're asking for my opinion, obviously I'm not going to say buy at the top, because that would be pretty dumb. That's usually a FOMO buy. 90% of the time it goes against you. But things started to change. And this ended up being something that a lot of us, including myself, ended up trading. If we don't go so crazy with the time frame here, but just take a look. Once we did the pullback here, got these candles, and then we not only got above resistance here, a little further back where it was like $20, but we got past this recent high right here, this rejection wick. Once we broke past that and we're looking strong, I was like, okay, guys, I think we're squeezing. Okay, but it still wasn't really something I wanted to mess with because it was just hard to tell. But you see here what ended up happening, and this is where you kind of get confirmation that this might turn into something. So we broke out, had a big move up from 25 bucks to 37 bucks, and then we dumped. The post extreme move sell-off. Usually, if it's going to be temporary, the sell-off, yes, it goes down to here, but then it continues because it was all just a pump. And the dump is usually extreme. But instead, it was just a pullback to now what is considered support. It held here at the high of the first move. It held here and stayed stable for the whole rest of the day. So I said, keep an eye on this one, okay? Because AMC is either tomorrow at open going to absolutely dump and finish the rest of this here, because it was looking like it wasn't sure. It was already curling down. Or if it holds, we might see the start of a move here. This is what we said in like the last streams. Sure enough, if you look here, looking kind of weak, after hours, pre-market the next morning, it gapped up, started holding a couple dollars above, and then it just started running up pre-market, sold off, and it continued holding. At that point, this was like, uh-oh, something's about to happen here. So I actually did, I mean, at this point right here, once I saw it held, I did scalp like $2, 28 to 30, but still at this point, you couldn't be super sure. But once you saw this move right here, the after hours into pre-market move up to from $31 to $44, and then a pullback to support at 37, which was support here now as well. This was something, right? So all of today, and this was all eyes on AMC and GameStop, and all eyes off Dogecoin. Doge did have its little move to, to 45 cents. Awesome. It did most of that run up though overnight. It only did like 5 cents today. This did an insane move from $37 all the way up to $72. So if you bought in this morning on open and you sold near the high, you basically doubled your money. And I will say, I didn't go in with like large size, but I did make a decent amount of money considering the account that I traded with. For the sake of transparency, I was trading on my little baby account. That's like a peer-to-peer weird account. It's not like on Webull and Robinhood. I was trading on that, and it was at like $250 yesterday. I did a couple moves, got it up to like 300, and then I like scalped the move today here and somewhere else. I can't recall. But anyway, by close, the $250 account is now at $1,000. So over the period of yesterday and today, went from $250 to $1,000, that small account. Big move. Okay, that's not like a lot of money, like a crazy amount of money if you trade, but I'm just saying, awesome move yesterday and today. Like my poor little account turned into a little something to look at. So yeah, crazy. The thing here was, on my Webull account, I jokingly got in on stream after hours here, and I was like, this is going crazy. I'll buy it so it goes down, guys. I'll buy it at the top so it goes down. So I did throw like my Webull account in here, which is also small size. I threw it in here, and then I woke up and we were like in profit. I'm like, okay. So I actually ended up riding it up to $49 before right here at this moment here. This is unfortunate seeing what happened next, but I didn't have any day trades left. I had already used my 3 day trades, so I could only sell once. Internet. Okay. I could only sell once and not buy back in, and so I didn't want to like make any mistakes. So when I saw right here, it started to do that. All right, Webull. It started to do this flag. It got to this point, and it just started looking like it pulled back hard. It kept bouncing off, making these big candles. I was just like, you know what? It might go up, but it also might not. So I'm just going to sell it right here at this currently at the top, right at $50, $49.9 or something, and just call it a day. Whatever happens, happens. I have my small account I can do more little day trades on if I really want to. Now, hindsight's 2020. We do see there, it turned into a bullish flag, broke out, and we went a whole nother extra $22. But I got from like 34 to 50. So I'm satisfied there. Then on my smaller account, I continued to ride it up and had some more fun. This was crazy today, guys. This was absolutely nuts. So that's just a recap. Now the question, we'll start with AMC while we're here. And GameStop was really the same, by the way. And we'll glance at that next. And you can see my little triangles I was making as we went along. Had a break out the top, then also a little fake break, but we traded sideways, so it wasn't all bad. Question would be, well, what's going to happen tomorrow? Markets closed, not much is happening. What's going to happen? What's going to happen tomorrow on AMC? Well, here's the thing. You can usually tell what's going to happen tomorrow based off what happens after hours and then what happens pre-market. Now, as we got to the end here, you would have expected people to think, okay, we're at about $70 AMC. We're probably at the top of the squeeze. I don't really want to hold this overnight and lose my profit if this thing dumps. So what I'm going to do is sell. And other than this right here, there was no major sell-off. There was nobody really wanting to sell. That's sign number one. Sign number two, we went into after hours. We started to make a little consolidation flag here. What was going to happen next? We actually broke up, hit the high again, basically $71. What happened then? Still no dump, just slowly trending down. Now we did come down a good bit and touched almost 50s again. We got down to 62, but at that point now we're doing this massive bullish cup right here, which looks like, I mean, if you just continue and look at what happened the last time that cups were made, okay? Had this cup here, a little pullback, start to move up, had a cup. I mean, those are small, those don't really count. Cup here took off. Cup here could also take off. All I'm saying is this is not showing any signs of weakness. If anything, it's showing signs of strength. Never a major sell-off at all. Never made any new lows. And now, even with the after hours people taking profit, didn't get us to even $60, and then all the buyers have already bought us back up to $60, almost $70 deep into the after hours. Okay, so here's the thing. Tomorrow's going to be a toss-up. My prediction, based off what I see here and all this momentum, the squeeze has started. The squeeze has absolutely started, and the squeeze does not look like it wants to be over. And it does not look like the hedge funds are having a good time, number one. And two, it doesn't look like they have enough strength to really stop it yet. There are too many people willing to buy, too many of the diamond hand gorilla apes or whatever willing to hold and not sell. And yeah, the shorts are getting squozen, obviously. This move up, double the price in a day, was absolutely insane. And there's no sell-off, and now we're curling back up, looking like we want to make another move. So, two scenarios tomorrow. The least likely scenario, but also possible, which is why I didn't hold overnight, is that we do get to then pre-market, it gaps down, starts looking weak, and then it dumps at market open. That is a possibility. Okay, we can't really say. The more likely possibility at this point is that either it trades sideways here or it gaps up as soon as pre-market hits, and we go into tomorrow and we might see, it is not impossible to see like $100 AMC at this point. It is not impossible to see $100 AMC. That is everyone's most reasonable price target that is behind this whole movement. All of the diamond handers that started this whole squeeze thing that are not willing to sell, their minimum price target is $100. Usually I don't care about those price targets because they're unreasonable. $100 AMC is unreasonable, right? But this time they're making it happen. So now that we're almost at 75, you really can't rule out $100. And if you know that's what they're going for, tomorrow AMC's gonna, if it moves up, it's gonna break $80. It's almost inevitable. And probably we'll get to like 90. But I think it could get close to $100 tomorrow. So, long story short, if you're not in, no, don't just YOLO in at a random time. But if you're going to try and make a trade, absolutely keep your eyes on it, because that could be a big money move tomorrow if that's something you're into. It's high risk, obviously, because you're so high up. But as long as the momentum's there and you've got your sells prepared just in case things start to go wrong and you don't get caught in the dump, especially after halts and all that stuff, AMC could absolutely be a move tomorrow. Okay, so that's the analysis there. I'm looking AMC $80 to $100 tomorrow. It is not impossible. And I'm not going to be unreasonable. $1,000, not going to happen. $100,000, not going to happen. $10,000, not going to happen. That is absolutely insane. If they pull that off, we're into a whole nother era of trading yet again. So go ahead, by all means, prove me wrong, but it just doesn't really make any sense. So $100, though, is close. Now, GameStop really did the same thing, so we don't have to take too long on this. Literally did the same thing. The moves up, big move here, the flag pattern, big move up, the sell-off, and did the exact same consolidation as AMC did. Looked weak, like, what am I going to do? Pre-market, it gapped up, started everybody buying in, and then today had its massive squeeze as well. Went from $244 up to basically $300. And after hours, it's doing the exact same curl. So most likely, GameStop is going to be another one to look at. If you prefer GameStop over AMC, I feel like tomorrow you're going to have your choice because they're tending to kind of follow each other. So you pick your poison, AMC or GameStop. Me personally, I'm looking more into puts at this point. Now, is it risky because of all the army? Yes. But I'm kind of willing to take a chance because imagine getting like a 90 put on AMC and then it dumps back down to 20 bucks. All right, so I'd rather risk my money on what's more probable, and that's assuming that there will be a sell-off very soon. So that's what I'm keeping an eye on. I already have 2 puts. I might get a third tomorrow. They might not cash out, but in my opinion, it's going to be worth the risk. We'll see. We'll see. But by all means, to the moon, AMC and GME. I'm short term on my day trading accounts. I'm actually going long and scalping the moves up. But like I said, I do also have puts for when it's done. Now finally, so GameStop tomorrow. I mean, it could be 350. I don't know. If we're thinking it's going to move at the same rate as AMC, it could be 350. I don't think that's unreasonable. Or it could be a little bit higher, but I don't think it's going to move to the same scale as AMC because really it's all eyes, mostly like 75% on AMC, and GameStop's kind of just following along. It's the same kind of army. They're doing kind of the same thing at the same time. But then let's go to not Weeble. Let's go to Doge projections for tomorrow. Doge projections for tomorrow. Doge right now is exactly where we expected it to be, somewhere 40 to 42 cents with a high of 45. It's pretty much playing by the book, which is cool. So, things to think about. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Every trader knows, if you've been trading for a little bit, the way that goes. All right, we saw it on Saturday Night Live day. We saw a prime example of that, where we were up at 74 cents. Oh, that would have been crazy. 74 cents per Doge. And then the event hit, the news hit, right? We actually got to the point where it was no longer a rumor. The thing was actually happening. Everybody started taking profits. They wrote it up. It was time to now cash out. Tomorrow, kind of just keep your eyes on the same thing, because even if we don't really have a news sell-off, because it's not just like hype per se, like for example, buying the rumor, selling the news when you're trading stocks and it's like an earnings play, or it's like a FDA approval play or something like that, it's a little more hype than anything, especially the earnings. It's like, yeah, they're doing good. There's probably going to be this run up if they're doing good, and then they hear it's doing good, and you get this move up, and then it dumps. FDA approvals. Oh yeah, great. They can do this now. They're going to be making this product. There's this run up, and then it overruns up, and then it dumps, even though it might then recover and start moving up because it actually was a good announcement. Kind of think of the same thing, most likely going to happen tomorrow. On Doge, before 9 a.m. Pacific time, we will probably see a start to a run up. I feel like, in general though, everyone in the Dogecoin community has been much more skeptical after this nightmare from 75 cents down to 19 cents happened for buying news. Okay, so I don't think we're going to have a crazy run up tomorrow on Doge, especially with the attention on AMC and GameStop. So this will kind of also change what the projection is here. But I think it is not unreasonable to see Doge maybe in the morning, somewhere around 44 cents, looking at 45 cents, and trying to make its way up to 50. At some point around 9 a.m. Pacific time, when it's supposed to go live, there might be like a little spike up. Then there will probably be major sell-off, like the non-stop profit taking. You got to keep in mind there's so many bag holders here that are waiting, that also were selling here, sold off major here, and are selling still here, that are waiting just a little longer, trying to get a little more profit before they cut. And they are going to be cutting when it looks like it reached the top. So if we peak somewhere around 50 cents tomorrow, which would be the hope, at least 45 makes sense, right? That's not being unreasonable. We were there today. But my guess has been $50 off this announcement. I'm kind of sticking to that. If we get somewhere to like 50, 52 bucks, once we reach a clear peak somewhere around the time of the announcement, it's going to start selling off for a while. And that will probably put us back down to 40 cents. So I think basically summed up, we go up to near 50, and then we sell off back to like 40, and then we probably bounce around in there, because like I said, buy the news, buy the rumor, 50, sell the news, starts to come back down. But the news was not just hype. The news was actually something good. Why do I say that? This is not just a hype announcement. The reason everybody is hyped about it is because with people being able to buy Doge on one of the most popular cryptocurrency exchanges that there is, you can anticipate that the volume of Doge buying is going to increase. There's going to be more people with access to Dogecoin. People that only wanted to use Coinbase, that didn't want to use Robinhood, didn't want to use Webull or some of these other exchanges, but were kind of interested in Dogecoin, are now going to be able to buy Dogecoin. So we're opening up this Dogecoin to a whole new user base that can now create buying pressure. Selling pressure too, but really buying pressure. Usually you don't want the coin to come to you so you can sell it. That doesn't really make sense. So we can kind of expect after the dump, the gradual dump that happens as people take profit, that at some point, whether that's at like 40 cents, maybe 38, a little scoop down here, we'll also start to just kind of trend back up. Hang out probably in 40s for a while, probably won't go low 30s again. I don't think 30 cents we're going to see again anytime soon. I think our new absolute low, and these are just my projections, guys, so if I'm right, remember them. If it's close, cool, but also do your own technical analysis and fundamental analysis as well, so that you're not just listening to me and acting like it's fact, because at the end of the day, it's your money. This is just my experienced opinion. I think the new low is no longer going to be like 28, 30 cents. I think our new low for the foreseeable future is going to be 35 cents. There shouldn't really be any reason for us to really ever go under 35 cents again. I also say that because the main thing that was pulling us down was Bitcoin to begin with. That's the whole reason we were down there. We never belonged at 30 cents Doge, not anytime recently. But even though we were looking super weak right here, we did hold and we made kind of a new high and are showing some signs of strength on Bitcoin. So it doesn't look like Bitcoin is really going to crash into down back to the low 30,000s and down into 20s. That being the case, people are going to start becoming more bullish on Bitcoin again and helping buy the price up, so it starts to recover back to like 40, 45,000 probably over the next week, which means we're going to have market buying pressure versus market selling pressure behind Doge. Regardless of the announcement, Bitcoin's going to start to drag us up, if anything, instead of constantly pulling us back down to like 30 and 29 cents. So unless Bitcoin decides to crash again, now that we have Bitcoin starting to recover and we have the good Coinbase Pro news, I don't see us really ever going below 35 cents again. And we should start getting more comfortable at like an average Doge price of like 40 and fluctuating up or down a couple cents short term. So that was my lengthy analysis. Again, you'll probably go to another YouTuber that's going to tell you Doge will go to $1,000 tomorrow, or that it will go to $1,000 in a month or two. That is not me. Okay, I'm here to try and actually make money, not just buying low and pump it up for you guys to buy it at whatever price shows. Okay, so I'm trying to make money. I try to be conservative so that I don't do anything ridiculous and buy too high. I only want to take the best entries, the best buys at the best places that are the highest chance of making me profit. Okay, and I tell you what my analysis is to get those buys, and I'm just telling you like it is in my opinion. And I've had some good success. I have 6 stacks. One of my Robinhood accounts started at 1,000, got it to 5,000, sold off, took 1,000 profit, and then just messing with the 4,000 profit made another 1,000. So 1 to 6,000 on that. Other account, I won't get into all the details, but I have had success. So being conservative and just trying to be smart. If you're trying to make money, maybe you like this channel. We do these live streams every day, so feel free to subscribe. Click notification bell, select all, so you get notified when I go live. But if it's not your thing and you prefer more of the hype, hey, I understand. I'm not that exciting. I just analyze stuff. So no hard feelings. But welcome to the stream, everybody, because we've got a lot of people in here. So appreciate you hanging out. Sorry that took forever, but hopefully that gave you good information. Again, tomorrow, price target 45 to 50. after we hit that, once the hype kind of calms down, after things go live, we should start seeing the sell-off while everyone takes profit, the post-news sell-off. We'll probably get a nice sell-off while everyone's not only taking profit from that, but the bag holders are looking at that as an opportunity to cut loss. And the people that have just been sitting on their hands here will also see an opportunity to make the most amount of profit and just scalp that move. But then keep in mind, the market is recovering. That's naturally pushing us up. And then also Coinbase Pro announcement, all this buying pressure from Coinbase Pro. So after that dip, all of those factors are going to start to bring us back up. So we'll do one of those, basically. One of those. Comments. That did take a while. Let me just polyline what I'm saying here. Pretend like it's right now. Just say here. Get the gist? All right, comments. Thank you guys for being patient. I know I missed a lot of y'all's comments while I was talking for all that time, but really wanted to get that out, that evaluation out to everybody. So let's see what I missed. AMC told you. AMC did go crazy, yeah, but I caught most of it, the big move today, so I was pretty content with it. Even though most of my account was in Dogecoin, which didn't do anywhere near as great as AMC, I was still content with the couple $100s I was able to just make. So can't be mad. Money's money, even if it's not $1 million. Do you think AMC can hit 1K? Yeah. So $100 at this point isn't far-fetched. It wouldn't require that much more squeezing to get us to $100, and we've already got the momentum. We're at $75 already. Very, very possible to get $90 to $100 AMC at this point. $1,000 is just, I mean, AMC is not worth $1,000. If everyone in the U.S. and the world and their mama decides to buy GameStop, I still don't even know if it would make it up to 1,000 after the shorts are out, because I mean, how much squeezing can you possibly do? Eventually the shorts will be covered. So how far do you really think the short squeeze will go? There's not a trillion shorts out there. The GME game though. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I did say what's up to you. Madison, Doge, AMC, Doge. Yeah. So we covered those. Let's get AMC over with. Yeah, so here's the thing. Here was the other thing. I'm sorry, I forgot. This was the last part. If AMC and GameStop, in effect, because like I said, they are kind of linked together, if they are doing extremely well tomorrow and indeed continuing to pump up towards $80, $90, $100, those buyers are not going to be there for us. So that is going to weaken us just like it did today. If you look at what happened today on the Doge side, we were really moving sideways for a majority of the day. Nothing really was happening. After this morning, there was just like a whole lot. We made one little peak, and then everybody was in GameStop and AMC. So after we hit our little 45 cents here, we kind of just sold off the rest of the day as all the buyers were in the next biggest thing for the time being. They came back after hours, okay? But during that move, they were all gone. So my price prediction for tomorrow is kind of assuming that AMC and GameStop are not going absolutely insane. Because if they are going insane and Doge for some reason didn't get the head start, which it probably won't because Coinbase News isn't that great. It's not double in price great. If GameStop and AMC have something going on tomorrow, the buyers are probably going to sell their Dogecoin positions again and take positions back up in the big move and scalp that before they come back to Doge. Okay, so yes, that was my prediction for tomorrow. But again, like I said, if those two stocks are going crazy, be a little more bearish on the movement from Doge because the buyers will not be on Dogecoin. Now, if AMC and GameStop are dying and they're just selling off, Doge is really going to be the only other thing to look at. And I say that because usually the people that are kind of in the crypto space looking at something like Doge, they're more like the the meme stock, hype stock type followers. So they probably don't trade the stock market very often. They're probably not day traders by trade per se. They jumped from here and they're like, ooh, my other meme stock's going up. So they jumped over. And since they don't really have any other stocks to look at in the stock market, they're just going to come back to where they came from, which is Doge. So we have to kind of hope those GameStop and AMC stop the move up and start to either just trade sideways and be boring or start to go down for us to have all our buyers where we need them to make a nice move tomorrow. If not, today kind of might have been the most of it because, I mean, we did have a massive move up already. This was just yesterday. We were at 28 cents, 29 cents here 2 days ago, and we jumped up 16 cents. So we had a big move already. Kind of did most of it. So tomorrow there wasn't going to be that much more of a move anyway, if you know what I mean. Pretty much 75% done, regardless of what happens with AMC and GameStop. And Tito, I appreciate that follow on Twitter. If anybody else wants to follow me on anything, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, that link in the description that says all my links, just click it. It'll open either another page or something, and it'll have all of my like referral links and my social media and stuff. BB is next. Hey, I will probably toss some money into BlackBerry just because the next best thing chasers are going to start looking for the next best thing. A lot of times, just like post Doge run up SNL, and that's why Shiba came out of nowhere. They're like, or Shib, like, oh, what's the next Dogecoin? I want to catch that move again. Where can we go next? And so people started creating altcoins, and they, you know, where did they go? They started pumping those up because they wanted another piece of a move. I feel like the same thing's going to happen tomorrow. Doge is moving up, GameStop's moving up, AMC's moving up. Once it's done, everybody's going to be like, where can I get the next high? We already know BlackBerry is shorted and can squeeze. Let's go into BlackBerry. So that could be the next move. And if you think it's the next move, probably start getting in now versus when people start to realize that the AMC and GameStop are dead and start pumping the price up as they get in before you. You know what I mean? Pantry said, I'll be signing off early today. Just share your opinion on if AMC and GME can hit 500. Oh, sorry. I probably took too long for that. But Micah, what do I think the strongest support is right now for Doge? Well, 40 cents. 40 cents has always been a very important level on Dogecoin. So 40 cents is very, very strong. Okay. But the strongest level on Doge, I mean, it really, here's what I've told everybody in the group. Dogecoin operates in these intervals. It goes 0, 2, 5, 8, 0, 2, 5, 8, 0, 2, 5, 8, 0 throughout every single 10-cent range. Now, obviously, you get to near 70 cents and there's the 69 meme price, right? So that ends up being a resistance. But every other level, every other 10-cent group, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. It's like 40, 42, 45, 48, 50. Those are the likely stopping points all the way. That's just the way it goes. Now, regardless of that, if you're asking me what's just in general right now, what's the closest, strongest levels of support? 45 is strong. 50, obviously. But then 40 really has been strong. If you go back a couple weeks and look at when we were messing around at the 40 line, before we dipped into 30s the first time, 40 held like 20 bounces. 40 is very, very strong. Under that, it's really 30. The levels in between 30 and 40 aren't really that important. We had some support at 33, but really I think of just 30 to 40 as more of a range. I don't think anybody really was too concerned about 30 to 40, but 38 also did give us some pretty strong action. So just to answer your question in summary, nearby, I'd say 45, 40, and then 38. Those are the strongest three levels I can think of. And then obviously 50, if you're going up higher than that. That's not me pulling numbers out my head, by the way. We've been talking about support numbers for like the last week and a half. Is that blueberry you're talking about, Stank? We winning, boy. We are winning. Guys, if you're new to the stream and you like this kind of content, please, before you don't find my stream again, because I only have 2,000 subs, consider subscribing if you want to catch the next live. And then click the bell, obviously, so that it tells you when I am live, because I do live stream 7 days a week, sometimes multiple times per day, but at minimum, once per day, 7 days a week. So appreciate everybody's support if this is good content for you. What's going on, Alaric? And I see you. Welcome to the stream, man. I know I'm late, but hey, welcome. Coinbase Pro, yep, you were right on it, and I saw your comment when you typed that too. You knew. And thanks for that like. Whoever just liked got us to 22. It will go up, baby. I hope we touch the 45 mark. Well, we touched it twice today. We touched it right here. 40. If it's half a cent away, less than half a cent away, to me, I count that as a touch. All right, it was right here. To me, we touched 45 once, and then we touched 44 right after that. So we had those today. Tomorrow, very likely we'll get another touch at 45 minimum, and hopefully also make our way towards 50 cents. That's what I'm banking on. But if AMC and GameStop are going crazy, Doge is going to be the third option for most people. So we might not get the moves that we would love. We might just be stuck bouncing off 45 and not have enough momentum to get to 50. Jojo says, currently going through a divorce. My life savings and stocks selling 98,000 worth. Wow. I have to do what I have to do. Went balls deep on AMC and GameStop. Dang, dude. Well, sorry to hear about your divorce first and foremost, but unless this is what you wanted and don't want me to apologize. That's a lot of money. 900 grand, bro. I don't have anywhere near $100,000. Moon. Guys, don't be pissed, since clearly you can see tomorrow it's going to go up, at least with Coinbase Pro, not financial advisor. And our bottom is in the low 40s. Exactly. James Nick, what's going on? Hey, how about... Hey, Gail McNeil, thank you for the sub. If anyone else subscribed and I missed it, I do apologize, but my program does not give me a great notification sound. Why is that showing? My program does not give me a great notification sound when someone subscribes, so I sometimes hear it and sometimes don't. Thank you so much for the sub. Also, if you don't have the ability for when you subscribe for it to be made public, it won't notify me either because you set it because you have it on private. How about that AMC today? Yes, another 1% was in short interest today. Nokia. There's a name that you don't hear often. Max Lopez, what's up, bro? Welcome to the stream. It feels like Doge just keeps checking off positive boxes with more and more acceptance. What price range does Doge... English? What price range does Doge have to hit to have an AMC type run? Probably 70 cents. Doge has to hit 70 cents again to have an AMC type run. Because what happens with AMC is not only do you get, you have the people behind it that are willing not to sell. A lot of them, not everyone. A lot of them say diamond hands and they'll be the first ones to take profit. All right. Keep in mind, people are kind of just making money, taking advantage of the other people. That's how these things tend to go. But on top of that, you have the short squeeze, and then you have the FOMO buyers that are seeing the move and they're like, oh man, this probably isn't going to stop. And they FOMO buy in. They don't get punished because it's actually a short squeeze as well. So it actually doesn't stop by the time they want to go, and it keeps going. So that has a lot going for it. All these different groups of buyers. With Dogecoin, that's not really the case. There's not really an opportunity to short squeeze at this moment. So all you have is buyers and then FOMO buyers. But the FOMO buyers, the only time that they're really going to see Doge being still to a lot of people considered a meme coin as man, this thing really is taking off again. Maybe I should jump in. It's probably if we get back to 70 cents near our all-time high. I don't think anything, especially 60 cents and under, is really going to make people feel like, oh man, I need to buy into Doge right now. But if we get enough hype and movement to where we're back at 70 and starting to go up a couple cents, people might jump back on the train. They might be thinking, oh, is Doge about to go to 75, $1? Is that about to happen? But yeah, it's almost impossible to have that same type of run. But that will be the closest thing, 70 cents. But I will say, once Doge gets up. Shiba Inu. Yikes. If you go to CoinMarketCap right now and see where Doge is at. Doge is currently 6th place at 41 cents, 54 billion market cap, pretty much tied with Cardano, and very close, within 6 billion, 7 billion of 3rd and 4th place. Typically, Doge has moved up a little bit whenever it's gained like the top 5 or top like 4 spot. People start to notice it more because you kind of have to. It's the 3rd or 4th or 5th most valuable cryptocurrency market cap wise of all of them, and there are hundreds. Actually, there are thousands, but there's only usually hundreds that people know about, and that kind of gets a little more people on board because like, oh wait, Dogecoin. The more snooty people, oh, the market cap, okay, Dogecoin, maybe I'll buy a couple shares. At that point, you get those buyers in. Now let's just do some quick math to figure out at this point in time what it would take to get us to 31 cents if we can get there off an announcement and not, to get to 3rd place market cap. If we can get to 3rd place market cap off an announcement and not off of Bitcoin recovering. Because if it's off Bitcoin recovering, these other cryptocurrencies are also going to move up with Dogecoin. So that's not necessarily going to move us up a spot. That we're all moving up together, basically. And sometimes even the other ones that have more fundamentals move up faster. You can already see Ethereum recovered better than us. Cardano and XRP recovered better than us because they had fundamentals and we were waiting on news, right? It's a different ball game. But let's do some quick math. How do you do it? Market cap is circulating supply of coin times price of coin. So we need to figure out how can Doge be worth about 62 billion. So let's do the price target. Let's actually just move it up 1 billion to get it into 3rd place, divided by circulating supply of coins, and then we will get the price per Doge. If Doge can go to about 49 cents per, which could happen tomorrow if we get to 50 cents, we will then be in 3rd place. If Bitcoin isn't moving other coins up with it. We will then be, really, if the other coins really don't move, if we just get to 48 cents, we'll be in 3rd place, market cap wise. If we can do that and not just reject and fall into oblivion, then we might get a little extra momentum because we'll be back in 3rd place. YouTubers will start to make their hype videos. Guys, Dogecoin, look at Doge, 50 cents. Look at Doge, 3rd highest market cap. And it'll kind of snowball some more buyers in to hold us up. And then some of those other snooty people that only look at the market cap for importance will probably buy into. So that's a little mini catalyst. If we can hit 49, 48 cents tomorrow, we'll be 3rd and we'll probably be held up a little bit better if we can make it that high. And Bitcoin can chill and not go crazy out of nowhere. Comments, just a couple left. Why can't AMC do what GameStop is? They're still over 200 all this time later. Why can't AMC hit 300? Well, the thing is, GameStop, for one, GameStop's more expensive. So you have to keep in mind, buyers usually of pump things like that are more attracted to lower price things because they feel like they can get more quantity of that thing. And psychologically, that makes people think like, oh, well, Shiba's only 0.0000009 cents. I can buy 15 million Shiba Inu. And that means if we can pump this up to 1 cent, I'll be a billionaire, right? Versus, oh, Shiba is $2,000 per. I can buy 1 Shiba and hope that my contribution to the pump I'll be a billionaire if it 100x's, right? It's just a mental thing. You don't think about it the same way when the price gets that high. So it's much less attractive to buy into something that expensive. So you have a $200 share on the Shiba side or on the GameStop side versus what was a $20 share on the AMC side. So it's literally 10 times cheaper, and it just makes people feel like it's much more accessible and much more profitable. And that incentivizes people to buy it because they feel more inclined to. So that's like number one. And really that's kind of the main point. Now, also, secondly, getting GameStop from 250 to 300 is a big deal because GameStop is already so high up there. Like very, very, very much so. GameStop was only trading at like 44 bucks. And maybe even lower than that pre-pump, pre-Reddit. So it's already just so overextended. Yeah, it didn't start at 200, but it already started high because it started at like $50, whereas AMC started at like $9. Really, the first time it started at $1.90, and then they pumped it up the first time, got it up to like $9, and then they pumped it up next and got it to like $20. At that point, it's still super cheap compared to GameStop. But then GameStop's already at $250. So if you're new to the show and you want in, you have to buy shares at 250 bucks. Right now, if you want in on AMC, it just feels much more accessible. It's just a mental thing. But technically, GameStop could. I mean, it's the same group of people trying to do the same thing. So there's nothing really, really stopping GameStop from moving. I just am assuming, because I know how people that jump in these kind of moves usually think, that the lower price, even if it's just a little bit lower and not much, having that zero removed makes it feel easier to buy. And like they're risking less for some reason. It just feels cheaper. Though they're going to end up with like the same position size. It's just a mental thing. That's why, literally, if you go to Shiba Inu, like Shiba's website, Shiba token. One second. Half of their, it was 9. Well, that was last year. Half of their incentive here is SHIB token is our first token and allows users to hold billions or even trillions of them. And that's like the first little line of incentive. You can have so many shares. People just like to have a lot of shares versus paying for a couple shares at a more expensive price. Even if it'll net them the same profit. It just feels different. All right, let's go GameStop daily. But keep in mind, Ray, GameStop already went to $500. GameStop already went to $500. So I'm not saying it's impossible for GameStop to get back up there. I'm saying at this point in time, it's less appealing for GameStop to move if you have AMC as an option to do it too, because AMC's the cheaper stock by like 10 times almost. As of 2 days ago, it was. So, do I want to pump the $200 per share stock, or do I want to pump the $20 per share stock? Well, I can buy more shares of the 20. Like, keep in mind, these are new retail traders. They don't think that hard about it. They see cheaper stock. I can have more shares. I buy that one. That's really all that goes into it. But GameStop, when it was super cheap, like what we were just talking about, it did. When it was the option, it did pump up to 500. So why can't AMC? It can. It can. I'm not saying it can't. I was asked, will it go to 1,000? I think that's unlikely. GameStop never went that high either. One, I think it's more unlikely because you would think that if we already short squeeze once and billions and billions and billions of dollars were lost from hedge funds off of this, and now they know what the Reddit army is capable of, that they'd be a little more prepared for round 2. And that's why even other YouTubers were saying that they didn't think AMC could get to $100, because you would think that hedge funds wouldn't be so dumb anymore as to heavily short what is considered a meme stock, because all the Reddit group is going to do is do their research, which one's heavily shorted, which one of our meme stocks is heavily shorted, and try to squeeze it. Unfortunately for them, obviously, some of them weren't very smart. But the reason I don't think it can get quite as high is just because there's got to be some hedge funds out there that are a little more cautious now about these shorts, and probably a little more cautious about covering, because now they've seen proof of what the army will do, right? So they're going to short with less size, or they're going to cover sooner or something. It is just going to be a little bit harder to replicate that same move. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying, what's the likelihood of it? That's it. Anything's possible, technically. You're hoping it does. You're selling 100 shares when it hits $100 to get your 10K back. Cool. And yet, they are still shorting it, even as, yeah, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much where we're at. Just a quick rundown. I probably won't make this stream much longer than this. Spent a good hour and a half already doing some TA, some forecasting, a little bit of guessing what tomorrow will look like. Hopefully everybody's questions got answered. Hopefully it was an informative stream. Everyone is feeling good about tomorrow. I'm personally just keeping my eyes. I've never really cared about GameStop. Even me, I don't like. I one, just don't really like GameStop in general. But two, AMC's cheaper. Hey, I'm one of those people. AMC's cheaper. It's more appealing even to me. And yeah, it may not make a difference, but hey, cheaper. Let's see. Why am I on market cap? Just go to, oh. Trying to get to Doge. Here we are, about 410 Doge. Most of the move was here. You can see we had a inverse head and shoulders here, so we did get a little move up. That's when we got the next touch. Whoops. And then after that, it's been some sell-off here. Probably won't go below the previous low here, which was 39 cents. But we should be seeing some sell-off right here. Good stream, loved it. Awesome, appreciate that. Mariano, did Sarah just join the stream? Yeah, she did. She joined the stream like literally less than 5 minutes after you left. And she told me that you sent her and that she was your girlfriend and all that good stuff. And she subscribed, so I appreciate that. She was probably confused. She's like, I don't know why he sent me here. I was like, hey, glad to have you. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you'll make a couple dollars. I don't know. But I appreciate Invu for sharing the love. Great stream as always. Thank you. Thank you to both of you, Ray and Invu. But yeah, I think I am going to just go ahead, wrap it up, guys. Doge shouldn't really be doing anything anytime soon. Maybe in a couple hours, or as we get like late into the night where it likes to do its moves when everyone's asleep and isn't looking at it, so it feels more comfortable. I just feel like it's going on so long, GameStop, that the profit has been wrung out already, but maybe not. Hey, if they're still squeezing, I'm still scalping. That's all I know. Do it yourself channel. What's going on? What's going on, man? We're just wrapping up, bro. Unfortunately, I appreciate you hanging out and thank you for the support, but we are just about to cut the stream. I'm pretty confident I'll wake up tomorrow a little richer than today again, except classed, most informative. Hey, the thing is, if you're already holding Doge at like 40, 41 or lower, it's pretty much just a hold and see what happens. We should not be, I would be kind of mind blown if we see a sell-off before market open, before people like wake up. We should start seeing some moves up to like 45 cents, I would assume, hopefully even higher if AMC and GameStop aren't stealing all the thunder, and you know, be able to catch a couple cents before it's too late. And we'll see. We might be pleasantly surprised by Doge. It might go 50-52. It could go 55. You can never really accurately guess, but like I said, I try and guess it accurately while being still conservative and not greedy with my assumptions. That way I'm not disappointed. That way I don't feel emotional about it. That way I know what to expect. I can plan my trades out right and then execute them when the time comes. $2 Doge by December, very, very possible. All we need, Tesla announcement, couple other retailers, and Amazon will be $2. $1.50 to $2. For sure. Just hodl boys, agreed. But yeah, guys, I think we're in a pretty good spot, at least to be waking up to some Doge profits, and then we can decide what we want to do next. We should have options. It is a it is a buffet. It's not just a multiple course meal tomorrow. It's going to be a buffet. I've got some puts on GameStop on AMC. I'm ready for it to go down. I've got my scalping account ready in case it goes up. I've got pretty much a high likelihood of Dogecoin going up a couple cents overnight. I'm feeling like I'm eating a good meal right now, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. Hopefully everyone else is feeling like that too. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up now, guys. I'll catch most of you in the Discord group. If that is something you're interested in, basically by supporting the channel, that's how you get into the Discord group, where we're just talking throughout the day, sometimes doing private live streams and all that stuff in the Discord channel. If you want to join the channel next to the subscribe button. It's the all access one that lets you like talk in there and ask questions, request videos, talk to me all day, whatever you want to do. Or if you just want to join, read the chat only and not interact, you can do the cheaper basic member one, or just catch the next free live stream. This isn't a money grab. It's just support the channel, get some bonus stuff that helps people out, and stay in the loop, ask me questions if you want. All right. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I will catch you guys tomorrow in the next live stream. If things are going absolutely nuts tomorrow morning, I'll try, even though I'm technically working, to just get a couple minutes stream off, check in. If not, expect me like afternoon, evening, like the usual. All right. Subscribe, notifications on, select all, so you catch my next live stream. You will not find me just searching 2,000 subscribers. You know that's not going to happen. Don't fool yourself. Appreciate the support, guys. Have a good night. See you guys tomorrow. Peace. No problem, Ray. Good night. And thanks for the likes.